How's it going, everyone? Today, I'm proud to present to you an in-depth look at the 2012 Audi R8 5.2 FSI Spyder. And this is going to be a full, in-depth tour of the R8 Spyder. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clip, and go over the performance data, and show you a bunch of the features on the interior as well as exterior. And today, I'm at Audi of Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start it up, let it run. The exterior color is known as Brilliant Red, with a full black leather and carbon fiber accented interior. Fully leather-wrapped sport design steering wheel with flat-bottom race-inspired theme, side bolster and extensions up top, as well as thumb rest going across the sides. Delightfully tight power-assisted steering with Audi's magnetic rod adaptive dampening system. And for pure enthusiast feel, I'll definitely suggest the manual transmission. There's nothing like feeling an aluminum shifter in that aluminum housing with smooth shifts and the solid reassurance of that metal-on-metal clink. To go to reverse, just press down, over and down, it'll beep, as well as show up the integrated backup camera with guidance lines. Next, we'll go ahead and put the top down. Just while in park, pull up, automatically lowers the windows, and begins folding back the top and the tonneau cover. The windows are fully automatic. Go ahead and cut on the headlamps. They're also automatic, as well as the hazards. So, let's go ahead and check out the exterior, shall we? The Audi R8 is a mid-engine, all-wheel drive supercar that blends the best worlds of affordability as far as supercars go in its standard V8 form, as well as overall drivability with the optional manual transmission. It can be had with either the standard 4.2-liter V8 or a Lamborghini-derived 5.2-liter dual-overhead cam unit as this one has. Not to mention either your choice of a 6-speed gated manual gearbox or the R-Tronic 6-speed automated manual gearbox. Beautiful LED headlamps with LED daytime running lights, aggressive blacked-out front fascia and large air intakes. Not to mention a graceful wide profile with swooping fenders coming off into a pointed front. But the R8 is also a luxury car. It comes with many standard features of comfort and convenience that basically give it a lot more drivability for daily driving than a typical supercar might yield. The wheels are 19-inch forged aluminum alloys mounted on high-performance 235/35 tires in the front and wider 295/30s in the rear. Ventilated disc brakes with carbon ceramic brakes being an option, black brake calipers, as well as stability control, traction, and ABS. In many cases, when you remove the roof of a high-performance vehicle such as this, it basically has a couple drawbacks such as increased weight, a looser chassis, decreased luggage space, among the like. Audi engineers knew this and worked feverishly to make it practically non-existent in the R8 Spyder form. Thicker A and B pillars were utilized, as well as increased panels in the floor as well as beams to increase the structural rigidity in the center of the vehicle, thus increasing the weight of that part only about 15 pounds. When you include the soft top mechanism around 93 pounds, as well as all of the mechanisms and roll bar protection, overall weight increase of the Spyder is only around 220 or so. The back end as well as the rear of the vehicle is also very unique to the Spyder. Full LED tail lamps, large air intakes, and a blacked out rear fascia with integrated parking assist and chrome exhaust tips, modest rear diffuser. But also, the reworked body panels actually, instead of utilizing aluminum, utilize more carbon fiber over the engine cover as well as the rear panels. The rear section with the integrated slots, unique to the Spyder, gives more reminiscent to the Lamborghini Gallardo, which the car is heavily based off of. The Spyder form is actually around 1 inch narrower than its coupe counterpart, and the height drops about 0.3 inches. Weight distribution is nearly perfect at around 50-50%. But also it comes with Audi's magnetic ride control as well as active dampening system, so it'll also handle like a monster. Those are those active roll bars I was talking about earlier. Polished lip going around the windshield frame, as well as automatic rain sensing windshield wipers and LED accented turn signal mirrors. The R8 Spyder is 174.6 inches long with a width of 75 inches and a height of 49 inches. Total curb weight is around 3,792 pounds. The R8 V10's base price is around $162,000, where this one, being mostly fully equipped, is around $172,000. And for just a bit more exclusivity, the R8 5.2 GT, only 90 of them will be available in the United States. At around $210,000, it has more power, lighter weight, and is a more track-ready car than the standard 5.2.
Like you probably noticed already, this particular R8 comes with the optional 5.2-liter dual overhead cam 40-valve V10. Derived from the Lamborghini Gallardo, it's equipped with variable valve timing as well as direct injection, and puts out around 529 horsepower at 8,000 RPM and 392 foot-pounds of torque at 6,500 RPM. This particular one's also been fixed with the optional carbon fiber dress-up kit at the top end of the engine bay. Features all-wheel drive thanks to Audi's standard Quattro system for superior traction, as well as a fully independent suspension with double wishbones in the front and rear. The R8 5.2 has a 0 to 60 time of around 3.9 seconds with a top speed of around 195 miles an hour. And with a 23.8 gallon fuel tank running on premium unleaded gas, it achieves an EPA estimated miles per gallon rating of around 12 city, 19 highway. Fantastic power plant. The interior build quality of the R8 is exactly what you'd expect out of a German engineered supercar. Absolutely fantastic with plenty of leather, padded material, and in this case carbon fiber as well as Alcantara. The doors are uniquely designed. They jut out from the side panels with plenty of padded trim up here, as well as stitched leather coming down the middle of the door panel and towards the bottom. Lower storage, as well as your carbon fiber inlays going across, as well as gracing up top the door handle. Your power windows, power mirrors, heated function, as well as power folding. Both sides. As well as your trunk and fuel cap release, your lock and unlock, as well as aluminum handle. Aluminum is also a key styling cue for the interior of the R8. Fully adjustable leather sport bucket seating with side airbags. You have your 4-way power lumbar adjustment down here and your standard power adjustments. Nicely side bolstered, reasonably comfortable, and definitely supportive. Essentially the back of the area is pretty much carpeted going down to the lower floor panel. Up top you have a little bit of Alcantara accenting and a little storage net behind the seat. You can also see a little bit of Alcantara accenting around the seat belt. Aluminum entry guards, as well as aluminum sport pedals with rubber studs. You also have a manual tilting telescoping steering wheel. As we come across the dash here, you'll also notice that the carbon fiber tapers around the speedometer cluster and down to the lower portion of the dash. And the dash is also wrapped in stitched leather, and I'll show that a little bit more detail in a little bit. So let's go ahead and see how this beast sounds. Very freely revving engine, picks up quick through the RPMs. Absolutely legendary. And we're going to put the top back up, just push the button down. And we're going to shut her up. Nice and tight. This particular R8 comes with a 465 watt Bang & Olufsen 5.1 discrete surround sound system, putting out through 12 speakers with standard Sirius satellite radio. Impressive audio quality. Bang & Olufsen is definitely one of the more premium sound systems you can find in the vehicle, oftentimes used in many of the high-end Mercedes and BMW products as well. You have your side curtain airbags, tucked away visors. As we come across the speedometer cluster, you'll notice that the top portion is actually stitched leather, while the carbon fiber trim traces on down to the dash, goes around the top, and blends down into the door panel quite nicely. Clean and seamless. You have an in-dash navigation mobile media telemetrics interface with hands-free Bluetooth telephone. Right now we're on our main radio screen, and you'll notice in the top corners, as well as bottom, you have these little quadrants. They correspond to these different 4 buttons here. So if we click the top right-hand corner where it says band, we can choose between the band options. You have your presets, manual tuning, seek, as well as sound settings. Awesome audio quality. Go over to the different media options. You have iPod, USB, auxiliary input, as well as other MP3 devices. As we go across, you have your directory for your hands-free telephone system. The main screen for the telephone, once it's connected via the Bluetooth. Navigation, storing addresses, navigation information, route options, as well as the map. You go back to destination down below. Down below, you have your real-time traffic updates through your satellite radio, as well as system identification. Fairly simple. Takes a little bit of time to get used to with this little interface down here. If we press this little button right here, go behind it, you have your integrated DVD-ROM drive with 2 SD card inputs. Your back button, as well as system setup. Display settings, sound, back up to the main settings. Essentially, those are all the basic features of the navigation interface in the Audi R8. Down below here, you have your simple-to-use climate control with your fan speed, temperature, as well as zone adjustment. You have your front defrost, rear defrost, heated seats for the driver and passenger, automatic mode, recycling, and the like. As we come down the beautifully curvaceous center console, the carbon fiber trim actually comes down to this little pocket here. You have your spring stiffener settings, traction control, manually activating your rear spoiler, Like you saw earlier, your top release, this button right here, you can roll down your little windscreen. But that would be basically used also if you have the top down, you can put that back up to decrease some of the wind buffeting inside of the vehicle. Coming down the back here, you have integrated storage cabinets. They're also lockable. Handbrake, cup holders, and little removable ashtray. On the steering wheel, you have your integrated radio controls, as well as hands-free voice commands. Help.
Possible commands are enter PIN, dial number, redial, select name, store name, cancel.
Your integrated wipers, turn signal and lighting control for your high beams, as well as cruise control located down below. Beautiful set of gauges, white with red lace, specific V10 insignia on the tachometer, vehicle temperature and fuel gauge, and voltometer off to the right. In the middle, you also have a little driver information heads-up display with the outside temperature, radio station. Your Bluetooth can also show up there, as well as an integrated lap timer for those track days. Absolutely incredible vehicle. Go ahead and shut her down. So let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle, shall we? Trunk space is also modest, but you wouldn't really consider an R8 a traveling car. Just enough for the daily essentials. It's LED illuminated with an integrated 12-volt power outlet and a little safety release. And your windshield washer reservoir is located right in that panel. Pop the fuel cap, all aluminum. Same power adjustments on the passenger seat that you find on the driver's. See a little bit more in depth the sloping curvature of the dash. The stitching going around the airbag cover. As well as a modest glove box, also padded. Awesome vehicle. Budget price as far as supercars go, Lamborghini power, as well as absolutely drop-dead sexy looks. The R8 is definitely unique and holds its own among the other supercar competition on the road today.
Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 2012 Audi R8 5.2 FSI Spyder. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everyone.